frankly, it was quite unexpected. And so it's a real treat. I think I'd rather be Father of the Year than Man of the Year or anything else for that matter. There comes a time when you realize that it's the most important thing. And it was always the best part of the day to come home. And Daddy's home is the greatest words you can ever hear.
Number one. He's one in a million, he really is. But I didn't realize the small things about him are what really makes an impression. And I'll give you an example. We were with a friend of ours, and he found out their favorite wine. And one day he just dropped off their favorite wine. I had a shower here, and an aunt who had been very ill, he walked her to the car and gave her a bouquet of flowers. That's the kind of guy he is.
One of my favorites is she had to write an essay for one of her college entrance exams, and they asked her to describe the person she most admired, and she picked me. So that made my year. Kat's been such a terrific kid and so successful in everything she's tried that the list is way too long to even enumerate.
When I found out that he was going to win the Father of the Year award, I was so excited because there is not an award that he could deserve more than this. He has been there every step of the way throughout my life, even when I probably wasn't the easiest daughter to have. And going through the photos for the slideshow, I realized just really how many times, we had together and how hands-on of a dad he was. There are pictures of me burying him in the sand, and we're sledding down the hills, and we're at the cider mill, and he always made time on the weekends to spend with me. So however busy he was with work, we would have daddy-daughter days like every Saturday or every Sunday where we would plan something just for him and I to do, whether it would be going to the cider mill or going sledding or checking out the Renaissance Festival. It would just be he and I.
He always thought of something to do with her, though, every weekend. He always had a plan. And then eventually they planned a father-daughter trip every year and took her to space camp. And he was living vicariously through her eyes.
Now I look back on that, and I'm just so thankful that we had so much time to spend one-on-one and just talk about, anything we wanted every day. And I think when people tell me that I'm daddy's girl or that I take after my father, I think that's one of the highest compliments anyone could give me, because he just exudes kindness and compassion and generosity.
But I don't think he realized that he would see the world again through her eyes. And in doing that, he was able to experience so much in life with her. And in turn, he was able to share his favorite things that he did. And I think it brought them together to show that he had a love for certain topics.
Hi, I'm Creighton Weber's sister, and diabetes is prevalent in our family, so this is an important cause for us. And we grew up in a small town in Iowa where people took care of each other and looked out for each other. So it doesn't seem, it's not a surprise that Creighton would do this for the community of Detroit and be a part of the American Diabetes Association and his community. So anybody that knows Creighton knows that he's got a heart of gold. He's got a great sense of humor, and he's a great storyteller. He doesn't necessarily like to be the center of attention, but he naturally gravitates to it. So tonight, Creighton, seize the moment, enjoy it. Couldn't be prouder of you. Congratulations.
When you first get diabetes, it's sort of a depressing thing, like why me, why now? My issue has never been that I was always overeating. My issue was I never got enough exercise, and that's like the best thing you can do for your diabetes. And also that your life is not over. It's just something you live with, like a million other people have to live with things much worse. Actually, Kenny Lipschutz got me into this supporting this organization because he told me about Camp Medisha, and the largest camp of its kind in America, where kids go to learn to cope with their diabetes and make them feel like they're not alone and they're not different, and that just because they can't eat the Halloween candy isn't the end of their lives. That touched my heart.
What makes it so much better when we come together is when he's been out a little bit doing what he loves and then comes home and spends time with us. He never wastes a free moment to just sit idly. He takes life and lives it to the fullest. Lives it to the fullest.
Once, when I was about 2 or 3 years old, we were at a family party with a swimming pool, and of course, me, fearless at 3 years old, I ran out onto the diving board in this 9-foot deep pool and said, "Daddy, watch me swim," and jumped right in and sunk right to the bottom of the pool like a brick. And of course, my dad jumped right in after me, didn't even bother taking his shoes off, just jumped right into the pool and saved me. And he was wearing a watch at the time that stopped at exactly the moment that he had jumped in the pool to save me, and he saved it for 25 years, never had it fixed. It was always stopped at the time that he jumped in to save me from the bottom of the pool. And at my rehearsal dinner at the wedding, he told this story, and he said, for 26 years, I have, would always save my daughter if she jumped in over her head. And he gave the watch to my husband and said, "Now when she jumps in over her head, it's your turn to save her." And even though Even though I'm married now and am functionally an adult, I know that he would always be there for me. And I know that even if I jumped in over my head, he would always save me. And I realized, in looking through the photos, I just realized how much he sacrificed for me. How much he could have been doing other things, or could have been working, or could have been with his friends, but instead he was letting me bury him in the sand, and he was carrying me on his shoulders, and he was playing catch with me, or playing dolls with me. He was not afraid to get on the floor and play dolls with me. He was just a great dad. I couldn't ask for a better one.
You've been everything to us, and I'm glad that others now see how wonderful you've been, and just want to say congratulations and how much we love you.
Dad, I love you. Congratulations. You deserve this more than anyone I know. And I hope that one day I'm half as good a parent as you've been to me. Thanks, Dad. I'm Kathleen Weber, Creighton's daughter. This is his wife, Kimberly. And all of the men being honored this evening have earned so many accolades professionally and maybe personally, but it's such a rare opportunity that you get to be present for someone winning an award for being a great person and a great man. And I can't think of anyone more deserving of such an award than my father. He's a man who, as you saw, always put his family ahead of professional obligations or personal interests, who never missed a piano recital, never missed a basketball game. I was the worst player on the team and didn't make a basket all year, and he still came to every game. Through his examples, he taught me to be a kind and generous, non-judgmental person, and underscored the value of hard work, dedication, and respect for others. When I was really young, he was diagnosed with diabetes, but instead of letting it bring him down, he used it as an opportunity for us to come together as a family and support the cause, volunteering and doing the diabetes walks and learning more about the disease, which really inspired me to go into medicine. As a little girl, my daddy was my hero, and to this day, there's no one I admire more. Please join me in welcoming one of the American Diabetes Association's Father of the Year 2015 and my Father of the Year for the last 27 years, Creighton Weber.